A conceptual underpinning of this exhibition is the camera obscura and the idea of the Vanitas. So we see this exhibition as having as holding the idea of the Vanitas for science as well as for art. These works here were made in the labs at University of Western Australia, and they're made with a camera obscura. The idea was to form links with science and art from the 17th century and to today. One of the interesting things about the camera obscura in the 17th century, especially then, was that it would have been conducted under great secrecy. The idea that an artist was using a camera obscura would have been held as a guild secret. But this was a time when lenses were used for science and were opening up realms that were hitherto unknown. So heavens were being opened up with telescopes, and microscopes were opening up what was below. Meanwhile, artists were using the same mechanism, the same lens, to create images that were also previously unknown. So we think that's very interesting because, in fact, the archaeological expeditions of the Roaring Forties project was also using extraordinary state-of-the-art scientific experiments, devices to make their discoveries. With these works, I was drawing in the labs the skulls not long after the recent discoveries of 2015. And I spent many months drawing the skulls. And as I was drawing the skulls, I was often left alone for a few hours at a time. And what I found was that I would fall into a meditation in drawing the skulls. And after a while, there was a sense of communion between myself, a meditation, like a group meditation between myself and the skulls, which was not unlike my experiences of life drawing. When I was doing my undergraduate years, I would do a lot of life drawing, and often you would draw the sitter just on your own as well, and you'd fall into a kind of a group meditation. So what I found interesting was that there still seemed to be something happening in that human sense in drawing these skulls at that time. So there was some kind of wordless communication that went on, and I found that to be incredibly powerful. And as we went through the many discussions, Al Patterson, Ted Snell and myself, as we were developing ideas around this exhibition, we came up with the title Batavia, Giving Voice to the Voiceless, because we really wanted to pay respect to the victims of the Batavia.